Anyways, hey guys. It's been a while since I've posted. We've been making a lot of progress with our creatures. I brought some here today because I want to do some updates on them. We have 4 of our Black Widows. 4. I added a new one. It's just another mactans. It's a juvenile. I'll show it, but it's nothing too big. I wanted to also update on the Heteroscodra maculata, which I have right here. I also recently learned it's Heteroscodra, not Heteroscoda, like Heteropoda, the huntsman genus. I thought that's how it was, but no, it's dra. So they've corrected that. But anyway, let's get into it. I'm excited. Alrighty then. Let's see what we got here. First of all, I just wanted to do an update on probably my most enjoyed species from this list. We have the Latrodectus menavodi. This is obviously an African species from the island of Madagascar. It's a very pretty species of widow spider. You can see all of its colors. I like that red spot on its butt right there. It's very nice. We have the white spots. If you look at its carapace right there, you can actually see it's red, as well as there's a little like stripe that runs on the back of its abdomen right there. You can see that, kinda. It's still rather small. So I was saying it's molted about 4 times since I got it, and it's doing very nicely. I'm feeding it crickets right now. Obviously, that's its last meal that it had. Next up on the agenda here is the newest addition to my collection, which is this juvenile Latrodectus mactans. Nothing too special about this one. It's not like it's any different from the one that I have other than its size, but it is rather nice. I just found it, decided to keep it so that I have another mactans for when my current one dies. This one's definitely female, although it is juvenile. I actually like this really nice red stripe that comes on their back. Juvenile Black Widows, the Variolus and mactans, have a lot of nice colors. The mactans juveniles obviously have these red markings on their abdomen, as well as these brown little spots on their legs. You can see them kind of nicely. You can actually see the eyes sparkling back at you in the camera, which is kind of interesting. This one is also being fed on crickets, and I stuck it in the geometricus's enclosure because I moved the geometricus out of this. It got a bit big. Speaking of the geometricus, I actually have it in this dubia roach container. I have some dubia roaches, which I moved into a larger enclosure, but I decided to use the container, because why not? This spider has actually molted once since I got it. Obviously, Latrodectus geometricus, the brown widow, originally comes from Zimbabwe in Africa, but is invasive to certain parts of the United States. It isn't very brown yet, however, you can see right there, there's like a white stripe that's on its abdomen right there, which I find interesting. Differentiates it a little bit from the regular mactans that you're used to. It also has an hourglass that you can't see right now. This one is a bit jumpy in the sense that it you can actually see the strands in the light shine there. This one's a bit jumpy in the sense that it is very scared and will run away pretty much anything. It used to run away when I got it from just light hitting it. Actually, look at that, like right there. It doesn't know what to do with itself. It's confused. Okay, hold on. Before you get away, can't have a Black Widow anywhere. Just in the house somewhere. Let's get you back in your enclosure. Although I say enclosure, this is very bare bones. Black Widows don't really need that much. Honestly, I wouldn't dare make an enclosure guide video for any species other than a Black Widow, because they're just so easy to make. Anyone can make them. I think I'm going to add a stick here to this one, though. I think that would make it nicer. Something to web up. Actually, let's feed this one. This one hasn't eaten in a little bit. I think they'd be nice to feed. Also get a stick for it as well. This is my Latrodectus mactans. We actually have one big update. So first of all, we can see all this webbing that's been done here. Very thick webbing. Black Widows are known for their incredibly thick webbing. If you just feel the Latrodectus webs, it feels almost like fishing line, if you've ever, like, you know, seen fishing line. It's very thick. When it snaps, it snaps. Like, you can almost hear and feel it. You can feel it. You can't really hear it, but you can see those eyes shining back at you. Obviously, we have an egg sac here. I don't plan on actually keeping any Black Widow babies. However, I don't want to take her egg sac from her. If I'll just leave it in there. If the egg sac does hatch, then I'll be sure to release the babies into the wild. If it does not hatch and if it's infertile, then it'll just stay like this. I have no plans to breed a Black Widow. You see, I actually have this beetle here from my mealworm colony. My mealworms actually have been turning into beetles mostly, so, what I mean by that is, obviously they're turning into beetles. Like, most of them have started to turn into beetles, but I think that we should feed her. I think that she might enjoy that. Maybe entice her into it. Ooh. My least favorite thing about feeding these is getting my tweezers out of the hole because of how sticky the webbing is. Let's just look at this for a little bit as we watch her. Latrodectus are truly my favorite spiders. You know, Latrodectus actually means bites in secret, referring to the fact that when people are bitten by these guys, a lot of times they don't even realize because of how little the bites actually hurt. It's the venom that causes the pain, which is, you know, mild symptoms. I guess they're not mild. Mild compared to what people think happens with them. Nausea, vomiting, cramps. However, the likelihood that you die from one of these spiders or even get sent to the hospital is very low. I, as a young, healthy child who is not sick, will most likely not die. If I had an allergic reaction, it might be a different story, but allergic reactions I don't really think are fair to include in a list like that. It seems like the bite has been administered. It's a better angle. Yeah. But they're just so cool. I especially love the red contrasted with the white on some species, especially such as Latrodectus variolus, Hasselti, Kirkhavenensis, Corallineus especially, very nice. Elegans is cool as well. That is, I'm going to Panama, actually, and I hope to see Kirkhavenensis, because Kirkhavenensis does, in fact, live in Panama. I can also see some Phenodotera, Brazilian wandering spiders. That'd be nice. Don't know if I'm going to be doing any handling videos, but I definitely want to get that one on film. Kirkhavenensis especially. But yes, just overall, these are very cool spiders. Misunderstood. Out of every spider in my collection, this is the one that I do not want biting me. However, it is the least likely to bite me. Incredibly docile, incredibly nice. Just all around amazing spiders, and I love them to death. But, concluding with that, we have our final spider, which is my Heteroscodra maculata. Let's get on to that. For those of you who don't care too much about the true spiders and are more of tarantula fans, allow me to introduce you to my Heteroscodra maculata. It's kind of hard to see through the intense amount of webs that it's put in here, which is the update that I wanted to show. When I first got it, it stuck up here. It stuck around up here. It is doing it right now, but generally it likes to sit down here, which is interesting because when I first got it, it would stay up here. It started its web here, but as it made its web, it moved down and now it likes to hang more around here. So you can see it's actually just like one giant funnel starting from the top hole going all the way down. I would open it and peer down to show you, but I really don't want this guy getting out. These things are stupid fast. See its fangs through the thing right there. I fed it yesterday, so we're not going to do any feeding. But, it's all around a very cool spider. Actually, no, why not? Isn't that cool? And lid back on. There we go. No harm, no foul. It's just a very interesting spider. The fastest tarantula in the world. Arguably one of the most venom potent. The bites can really fuck you up. The worst bites reports I've heard have been from Heteroscodra maculata, actually. So, maybe I shouldn't have bought it. But that's the pickle I've got myself into. I'll deal with it. I'll make amends. It'll be fine, ultimately. This is admittedly not the best enclosure. I should have done more substrate for sure. Maybe a little bit more, like maybe up to here. I should have considered that. It's also, it could be wider, really. But I was a bit, I didn't really make a perfect, I didn't really have the best, it was more of an impulse buy, which definitely is my fault. I should really consider whether or not I have perfect enclosures for my creatures. Everything else I'd say has a pretty good one, but I just didn't have an arboreal enclosure, but really wanted this guy. However, I'm going to a reptile expo, and I'll definitely make sure to get a better enclosure, more suited for this species, while I am there. And the reptile enclosure is in less than a month, very close to here. That's actually very cool. They'll have a venomous species section, as well as somebody there with tarantulas specifically. So he might have some cool inverts, not so much tarantulas, but just any really cool arachnid. I'm definitely looking specifically for Caribbean versicolor and Harpictera pulchripes. Some other ones are the Poecilothera metallica, Venezuelan sun tiger, Psalmopus erminia. I think that's what the genus is. And then, other than that, more into true spiders. Any species of black widow is an immediate purchase, regardless. Loxosceles, reclusa specifically, which is probably, if it's there, it's probably going to be that one. There's also Loxosceles similia. I've seen that one being distributed a little bit, which is a recluse species from South Africa, which is interesting. It has golden patches, and it's more black. It's really not a brown recluse. But, it's an interesting species. Something that I wanted to do, but failed to do at the previous Reptile Expo, where I got my Scorpion, Amblypygi, and OBT, was actually, getting good photos and pictures of the expo itself, which is something I wanted to do, but was a little bit more focused on just looking at things with my eyes rather than taking photos of it, which is definitely on me. I'll definitely try to get some cooler photos because it's a reptile expo, so there's probably not going to be too many spider arachnid type things there, comparably to like if you went to an invert show. However, if there's any cool venomous snakes or just cool snakes in general, I'll definitely make sure to video them, as well as the spiders that I'll be purchasing, because I'll definitely get some cool stuff there. I'm going to get some dubias. I wanted to, I have dubias, but I don't like using them too much, because I want to start a colony, but I don't have that many. So, if I use all of them now, can't start a colony, but I will, they will eat them. So right now I'm using more crickets and mealworms. And the mealworms, I don't really use them too much. I stick more to the crickets. The crickets for the tarantulas and the scorpions, and definitely the Amblypygi. But the mealworms are more for the Latrodectus, because they'll eat friggin' anything, really. But I'll definitely try to get some dubias. I'm going to get a centipede. Giant centipede. Scolopendra genus. For sure. Maybe Diahani if they have the cherry red. Paradoxa is my dream species. I doubt they'll have that, and I don't even know if I'd want one right now. Maybe, most likely they'll have it. If they have a centipede at all, it'll most likely just be Scolopendra subsipinis, or just the Vietnamese giant centipede. Just the common one, if they have any at all. I can definitely make a good enclosure for that. I have the ability to. I can make it humid. I have a box big enough. I can get substrate. I have some cocoa fiber. I can get some moss to make it more humid. I can get a hide. And I think I am good on, like, knowing what a centipede will do. I've seen a lot of videos. I made sure to do a lot of research, so that I knew how to care for a centipede, at least in a rudimentary form. I know how to make them not necessarily, like, not perfectly, but I do think I have a general knowledge on how to make them not be mean to you, I guess. Just be nice to it. Try to approach it from the front so that it can see you and knows what you're doing, as opposed to poking it in the back. Generally, when it comes to my spiders, I poke it in the back, it'll go where I want it to. Now with a centipede, it's fast, they can climb, they're strong, so I need a good lid. But other than that, I think, like, I will be fine if I just get the normal Vietnamese giant centipede. I think I'll be good with that. I might reconsider if I get there, and I really just don't think I'm there yet. I'm not going to get it. There's no guarantee, but it's definitely a want. Other than that, though, when I'm at the show, I'll probably get another tarantula. Probably just a Caribbean versicolor. Maybe a Harpictera pulchripes. That's my dream tarantula, if they have it. I mean, they might not. I don't know. It'll probably be a sling, because I feel like an adult, or at least a juvenile, would cost a lot of money. Like, especially an adult female Harpictera, what, like, hundreds? I'm not trying to do that, no. I don't know if I'll get any more scorpions. But other than that, I think that's where this video will end. I'll probably make how to care for a black widow video. I think I know how to do that. They're the spider that I know the most about, and I can make a pretty decent enclosure, I think. So I'll definitely be doing that at some point. But that's where this video ends. And goodbye.